Hello and welcome to Hard Line Rugby, the channel focusing on rugby union in the Americas. For the first time since round 9, we had a full weekend of rugby games. We are now firmly in the danger zone, as we experience the first teams to be eliminated from playoff contention. This is a review of Major League Rugby 2021, round 13. The round kicked off in the nation's capital as DC welcomed New Orleans to Segra Field. After sustained attack, the Gold finally got some points on the board, when Juan Capiello was able to break over the line and get a 7-pointer for the visitors. It didn't take long for Old Glory to get on the scoreboard themselves, and when the ball was in the hands of Threaten Palamo, he broke through the line, avoided potential tacklers, and pinned the ball down for a 7-pointer of his own. DC followed it up with another try, with Captain Mungo Mason spinning around before dotting the ball down to increase the home side's lead further. Noldo were not willing to go down quietly, however, and when mid-season signing Hanno Dirksen ran through the line, despite being tackled, he wasn't held and was able to get over to even things up. Before the half ended, a few cards were shown. Both Danny Tusitala and Juan Capiello were sent to the sin bin, taking both sides down to 14, before Eric Howard was sent for 10 with the clock in the red. Despite the shortfall, New Orleans led by a penalty. They extended their lead further when Julian Dominguez was able to snipe over the line on the wing to take the visitors beyond the score. With another penalty to Nola, time was running out for DC to make a comeback. 2 minutes before the end, Brian Nolt was yellow carded. With the man advantage, DC passed the ball out to Monte Noble, who was able to get his side within bonus point range. Alas, the conversion would be the last play of the game. The Gold take the victory on the road, while Old Glory will once again dwell on what could have been. In their final away game of the season, Toronto flew out to Austin looking to get another victory against the Texan team. Although the Arrows got the first score with a penalty, it was the Gilgronis with the first try. Quick hands and fast play got the ball to Zinzan Elanpotik, who powered over the line for his team. Minutes later, Austin got their second, as the driving maul powered towards the Toronto line before Robbie Coetzee grounded the ball. With the end of the half approaching, the visitors were able to get a try themselves. The ball was passed out to Joaquin Tucalet, who found the gap and got the ball down to reduce the deficit. With the clock in the red, Austin knocked on the door once more, and when Dominic Alina ran onto the ball, the Arrows' defence was helpless as he jetted over for another try for the Gilgronis. Toronto got another penalty, but Austin were looking for more. Hard yards were made, and when Kyle Brayton back caught an even pass, he was able to cross down for Austin's fourth try, securing the bonus point as well. An already exhausted Arrows team was stretched further when Alina made a spectacular break, batting down tacklers and running unimpeded for a 7-pointer. It went from bad to worse for the visitors. As Toronto was pushing into Austin's half, a pass was expertly timed to be intercepted by Lerone Wright. Tired and out of position, the Arrows ran back in vain, unable to get to White before he scored another 7-pointer. The game may have been beyond them, but Toronto still had a point to make. With all the strength they could muster, they were able to get to the Austin line before Captain Ben Lesage, with some anger in him, powered over for the try. It was soon undone, when an offload was intercepted by Hugh Roach. With no ruck formed, Roach was onside and able to add salt to the wound with another try. The final word went to the visitors as the ball was passed out to the wing and Mitch Richardson scored his first try in MLR for Toronto. A consolation score as the visitors remained out of bonus point range. A memorable and dominant performance for the Gilgronis as they still look for a playoff spot. Toronto's chances are now at the mercy of the other Eastern teams. Back in their mountain home, Utah welcomed a resurgent San Diego, with both teams desiring a win to continue their playoff hopes. The Legion got the scoring started. As their forwards made ground to the line, the ball was passed to Fakaosi Pifaletti, who broke through tacklers for the opening try. Utah scored a penalty, but San Diego followed it up with another try. The driving maul approached the try zone, with Dean Muir responsible for getting the ball down. With minutes left of the half, the Warriors got their first try, as Thomas Tuavalu's pace could not be matched, finding the gap in the defensive line and reducing the deficit to 4 points. A Joe Peterson drop goal increased the gap, but it was erased when Yuri van Buren ran into a pass at a good angle to go under the post for a 7-pointer as the game was tied. The visitors looked to get their lead back, and with some cleverly timed passes, Thomas Marino was the one to score the try and return the Legion to the lead. San Diego followed it up with another as Cameron Clark was able to muscle over for his side's 4th try, and the bonus point with it. It was time for Utah to turn this around, as last week's match winner, Olivier Khalifi, repeated his actions, pouncing over for another try. San Diego shot back. After they made their way into Utah's half, Tian Lutz made the final meters to add another try for the visitors. 3 minutes later, the Legion scored again. This time it was Bjorn Basson to cross over as they now led by 17 points. The Warriors weren't done yet, and with the partnership of Mika Kruse and Mikey Teo in unison, the captain ran over to score a 7-pointer against his former team. With fewer than 10 minutes to go and still 10 points behind, the Warriors needed to act fast. Fortunately for them, Shad Goff was able to get at the right angle to twist his body over for another try. With seconds left, Utah passed the ball out to James Vaifele on the wing, who ran in to score the final try, win the game, and break San Diego hearts. An absolute barnstormer as the Warriors once again snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. The Legion will have a lot of reflection to do, but leave with both bonus points. Returning to their home state, New York welcomed Atlanta to Queens, with the visitors eager to extend their winning streak. At Belson Stadium, it was Rooney who got the ball rolling, with Dylan Fawcett making the break before offloading to Andy Ellis, who ran in for a 7-pointer. The Rattlers responded with a try of their own, as Jason Dahm muscled through tacklers to get the first point of the afternoon for the visitors. It was New York who scored next, with Apenisa Kakabalavu collecting a box kick before breaking the line and offloading to Kara Pryor for a scintillating try. The Roosters followed it up with another, as Kyle Sumchun wriggled his body around to get his arm over the line. With 5 minutes to go, ATL needed another score. They achieved it through Jona Momsen, as he got his body over to get his side a second try. New York started the second half similarly to the first. A running effort by Furai led to an offload to Conor McManus, who ran it under the post for another 7-pointer and the bonus point. Atlanta struck back, putting pressure on New York's try line until Bautista Escura stretched out to collect another try for the visitors. Yet the home side retaliated almost immediately, as James Rockford intercepted a casual pass to run over for another 7-pointer. Although down, Atlanta wasn't out. A quick tap from the scrum got the visitors close until Alex Malm dived over, getting the 4th try and bonus point to his side. Another close encounter, but Rooney gets the double over the Rattlers this season, as each side looks to secure their playoff positions. Seattle headed east to Weymouth, with New England wanting to maintain their unbeaten home record. It was the Seawolves with the first score of the game. New signing Ahikito Yamada passed to Latina Futi for a scissor move to get a 7-pointer. A Bowden Walker penalty got the home side on the board before another kick got his side the lead. Walker kicked cross-field into the hands of Mitch Wilson, who scored the try. Seattle responded. With a pick and go getting them nearer the line, it was Suliasi Tamaivena who cannoned over for the visitors' second try. In the second half, Tamaivena got his personal second as he spotted a gap and dotted down to extend the Seawolves' lead further with a 7-pointer. It took a few attempts before the Free Jacks were able to respond. The ball was passed out on the wing, where Harry Barlow ran in to reduce the deficit and keep his side in the hunt. 5 minutes before the end, an overthrown lineout gave the ball to New England. Despite the resoluteness of the Seawall, Peter Janssen was able to spot a gap and score the try, taking his team into the lead. Another heartbreaking loss at the death for the Seawolves, while the Free Jacks remain undefeated at home. This means Seattle are the second team to be eliminated from playoff contention. As for the first, back from their bye week and back at their home stadium, LA hosted Houston to close out the round. It took 5 minutes for the Giltinis to score, with JP Smith the first to cross the whitewash. Ryan James looked to have scored a second before the final pass was judged forward. It didn't matter to LA. It was soon followed by DTH van der Merwe scoring a legal try soon after. After the first hydration break, a driving maul allowed Christian Poidoven to get the ball down for the third try. 5 minutes from half-time, the Giltinis secured the bonus point, when Glenn Bryce, back from injury, ran 40 metres to finish off on the win. It was more of the same in the second half. A driving maul got Pago Heine over for a try. 5 minutes later, JP Smith got his second, unable to be brought down as he was pushed over the line. Sarupapeli Vularika was next to score for LA as he powered over for a 7-pointer. 10 minutes before the end, Heine scored the second, with another driving maul bringing the Giltinis over. Although the game was beyond them at this point, Houston refused to quit. With 6 minutes to go, they used their own driving maul to get Diego Mango down for a try, to at least avoid a third whitewash this season. The record win margin for the Giltinis allowed them to cement their place at the top of the West. Another humbling defeat for the Sabercats, though Utah's victory already eliminated any chance Houston had for reaching the playoffs.
Ball spills out, bounces off the leg there. Morris Lomi now comes down. Yamada turns back inside, a big opening, and what a first touch it is for Footy. He dots it down, 7 points. The Seawolves forget the coast-to-coast trip. They are on fire here.
About that man Footy today, and he said it's his awareness, his vision on the field, and watch the decision here. Could have been intercepted by Morris Lome, but the decision to come back on the angle here. He sees the space, change of direction. Great move, great communication also from Footy.
These are my predictions for round 14. What are your predictions for round 14? And what was your favourite match of round 30? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification to stay up to date on all the videos for Hard Line Rugby. As always, my name is Stuart, and thanks for watching.